Hey everybody, welcome back to the Next Moon YT channel. In front of me is my side driver window, and it's springtime. So with springtime comes more UV and more sun shining on your car. For me, that's a little uncomfortable, and I normally tint my front driver side and front passenger side windows temporarily for the spring and summer seasons, and I'm gonna show you how I do that. So just sit tight and let's see if I can show you some steps on how to do this. So first we're gonna create a template, and I do this because I want to create the shape of the outline of the window once and use this every year afterwards, so I don't have to do it over and over. I'm going to only take the measurement once, and then when I transcribe it to a template, we can use this over and over. So here we go. First, we need to know a couple of critical measurements. We need to first know the height, so we need to know the window height from here all the way down to here, and we need to know the width of the window. That will be over here all the way to where the mirror normally ends, so over here. So let's do that. Let's take the measurement. You see, so I need a 16-inch window, by 34 inches. One thing to note is when you take the bottom measurement, the horizontal measurement, you want to add an inch to the left side. We do that because this pillar, the window frame, does not lie completely straight, so it's at an angle. So if you take this measurement, the top will be actually more because it's not straight, but it's actually sloped and slanted to the back. So we want to add 1 more inch as a extra gap for our template. So we're going to do that. So the next step in creating the template is to get a nice large sheet of paper that will fit within the measurements of your window, and you want the paper to be a little larger than your dimensions. So if your height was, for example, 20 inches, you would want a piece of paper that's at least 21 inches. You want to add a bit of padding, so you have more room to work with in case you make some mistakes. Same thing with the width. If your width is, let's say, 30 inches, you want to add maybe 2 inches more, so that will make it 32 inches. Those are, examples. Your own window size will, vary. So for me, I made sure the height is 1 inch more than I need, and also the width of the window, I've added 2 inches. So this piece of paper in front of you should be large enough for my window. Okay, so now with our piece of paper, we want to dry fit it to make sure it fits within our window, and we do it like this. We want to align the piece of paper so it touches the bottom of the sill, and also the top left corner of the paper should touch there. And this corner will be actually shorter. So I'll show you why we cut it extra. So if we cut it straight, it will look like this, right? Because your paper is straight, but the window is sloped. That's why we added more width to the paper, so it will have enough space to reach the top left corner. So we need to do this. Push the paper so it reaches the top left corner over here and fits flush with the bottom of the sill, like that. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and use some masking tape and tape this up so you get a better view. Okay, so what I've done is lowered my side window about 2 inches, and I've used some masking tape and attached the pink sheet of paper in the opening. As you can see, you no longer will see any sun because the paper is a nice fit. On this corner is a tricky part. I'm actually folding this down because we have extra. Because remember, the top is actually further out horizontally than the bottom. So I'm folding this to match the slope of the window frame. And later on, we're going to cut this part out. And so let me give you a view of this. I've opened the window, and as you can see, I've stuck it through. There you go. This is the front side of the side window. And as you can see, the paper is coming out because I've opened the window a little bit, about 2 inches maybe. So that'll let the paper stick up. And you gotta fudge with this a little bit to get it to come out. I did a little incision here to help the paper come out of the door frame easier. So here's the view of that. And now we can do the next step, which is to make some small incisions into the paper, some small cuts, so we can then close the glass part of the window all the way and trace the outlines. And I'll show you how to do that. So the next thing you want to do is make some small incision like so. You want to have a straight cut vertically, and how much you want to cut is the extra from the top of the window all the way down to where the window ends. So it'll be, for me, it'll be around here. Okay, so I'll make an incision from the top all the way down to about here, making vertical incisions like this all the way down, following the curve of the window. If you have a lot of excess, you can just trim it down before you make those vertical slots. So after you made all those vertical slits, what you want to do is hold on to the inside of the paper while you raise the window all the way to its closed position slowly. And I'll show you the reason why we made those slits. Here are the slits you see. These are the slits. The slits is basically to allow the paper to shift as the window closes. If it was a solid piece of paper, it would crunch up and you'll get a very sloppy, unneat fold. So when you slit it like this, it relieves a lot of tension. Right, like this, it relieves a lot of tension, so it allows the paper to fold much more nicely. Here's a view of the paper. Here's a top view. Right, those are the folds. Okay, so the hard part is done. All we need now is a pencil or a marker or anything basically with a dull and not too sharp point to trace out the opening of the window. So you just take a pencil and just follow the outline. Just like that, all the way down. Okay? And also you want to remove this crease we folded before. And that's easy too. You just follow the crease and draw it straight down. And then I'm going to go inside and take off all the tape. And with a scissor, just cut out the shape. Okay, so I've removed the template from the window, the side window, and now I need to just follow along the line right here. This is the tracing, and just cut it out with a scissor all the way down, and we're basically done with the template. So after I cut out the lining, we have the template. Here it is, the finished template of our window, a perfect match. And in part 2 of this video, I'm going to show you how to use this template to cut out a window tint and temporarily apply it to my side window. And you can just keep this template around for the life of your car, and you can use it over and over to make your temporary window tint. Watch part 2.